Well, how are you liking this 5th decade of life?
Yeah, this is a party.
And now, CheezWits.
Seriously.
I was on a call all by myself. I was using the old one. My bad. Where's Chris? And what happened to you last week?
Do you want me to wait until Chris is here to tell you, or?
Yes. Well, if he ever gets here.
I don't know where the fuck he is. Listen, I've been hospitalized. It was your week to take care of Chris.
Yeah. Were you hospitalized?
I mean, I had surgery.
What?
Yeah.
Now we have to wait for Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Oy vey.
Mm-hmm.
As I say in my best Yiddish.
Like the
we
Jew
know how
that
Yiddish
you are.
I am. the Jew that I am.
Like the Jew
I have
that
to
you
say,
are.
Oy vey.
You think Chris forgot that we exist because we've been so long without a show?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because we didn't get an update from him last week on what part of the world he and Carmen Sandiego are going to be in. So we have no idea. Jessica W. Oh. What?
Do you like my
so
little...
we're having... Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, that's a whole
I don't want to talk
thing.
about it because your eye is still black and blue like you were in a fight.
No, my eyes are fine.
Oh, it must be just a reflection. It must be just your glasses. And when you turn a certain way, it is. It's a shadow. I see your nose.
Yeah.
It's the shadow from your glasses, I guess, that still make it look like you have somewhat of a black eye.
When I leaned in, it covered the...
Yeah. That shadows the black eye. We're having something fantastic. We're having a potluck tomorrow at work.
Mm-hmm.
I so like potlucks. I always find potlucks to be so good for office morale.
I used to be okay with potlucks, and then I realized that everybody doesn't have the same cleanliness standards.
Yeah, that can be rough.
And so then I'm like, I really need to know you and what your house looks like before I want to have a potluck with you.
So three of the four of the 6 people are all ServSafe certified.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all certified restaurant ServSafe. So we're all trained in that kind of stuff. So I have no problem with any of the folks I work with because everybody works in a kitchen and I see how everybody react, how they act in the kitchen and how they wash their hands and all of that stuff.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable with it. What?
Chris says no, he will not be joining us.
Wait,
he's typing. He's typing. Hold on. There's more.
What the fuck?
Sorry, her cousin was found dead.
Crap.
Oh. Okay.
Jesus. Nice bomb.
Wow. So I guess I'll just tell you then what's been going on.
Yeah, tell me what's going on with you. Why suddenly now? Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that. Oh, I thought Chris was sending another note that I thought was from you. And I'm not saying sorry about anything. Like I'm such a shithead. Oh my God. Okay, so let's set the stage. Last Wednesday,
which was the day that we were supposed to record the last episode.
Yes.
So I'm not going to go into a ton of gory detail. Because it's gory detail. But okay. I will say that there was a concerning amount of blood where there should be none.
Right.
And I called my doctor's office and her nurse said, go to the ER. And so at 9:00 in the morning, I went to the ER. And same ER as earlier this year. And by the way,
driving
my entire life, I've been to the ER maybe twice before this year.
Right.
Now I've been to the same ER twice in a year. So I go to the ER, and just like the last time, they get me right in. They take all of the stuff. They do all the tests. And then I wait for 5-6 hours for the test results. Now, it was my doctor who was reading the test results. And she read them and said, "You're having surgery tomorrow morning. You're going to get a phone call to schedule it."
Holy.
And so before I had even left the, and meanwhile, they keep telling me, "We're going to discharge you." You know, and by the way, it's like 2 p.m. I have not had anything to eat since breakfast. I'm shaking. I'm so hungry. And I had asked the nurse at one point, I said, "Is there any reason," because I had some stuff in my purse. I said, "Is there any reason I can't eat? Like, I don't want to screw up any tests or whatever." And he said, "I'll go check." And then came back like an hour later with the PA, and she said, "We're going to discharge you." And I was like, "Oh, okay, then I'm fine. I can wait." And then it was like another hour. So I didn't get out of the ER until probably 2:30, and we normally record at 3. And I thought I was going to stop and get some stuff on the way home. And at that point, like no food sounded good. Like I was starving, and yet there wasn't anything I wanted. And so I just went straight home, and it ended up being good that we didn't record anyway, because I had so much shit I had to get in order before the next morning. I had to fill out all this paperwork, and they didn't tell me. It was same day surgery, so I didn't have to stay overnight in the hospital. But they didn't tell. They just said, "You have to be here at 8 a.m. Your surgery will be at 11. And when I actually Googled what the surgery was that I was having, and I called them back, and I was like, "Can I drive myself?" And she said, "Oh, no." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I had to find a friend who could come and pick me up. And then it turned out the friend wasn't there to just pick me up. She had to sign my discharge papers. She had to take all the discharge information. She had to take phone calls from the doctor because I was under anesthesia for the surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the last time I was put under anesthesia, I was 16 years old. I don't remember, I didn't realize that when you come out of anesthesia, they're going to tell you things and you're going to not remember that they ever said a thing to you.
Girl, woman, when I had the camera up my ass and they come out and then talk to you about what they saw up your ass, and you go, if your wife or your partner or your friend isn't there, you don't know shit.
I didn't know shit about shit. And also, I will be using that as an excuse for anything I forget for the next at least 2 years. I just came out of anesthesia. So sorry I forgot. Because, while we were waiting for me to be discharged after the surgery, my friend says to me, "I was just in that same ER last weekend." And I was like, "What were you in the ER for?" And she told me. And then an hour later, when she's driving me home, she's talking about her ER experience, and she's talking about something that they had to do. And I'm like, I know she told me what she went in the ER for. And I know I was paying attention. It was gone. It was gone from my brain. And I was like,
yeah.
Please remember that I was just under anesthesia when I say this. Remind me what you went to the ER for. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, you have no fucking idea. And so when I've had my gastro bullshit, the 2 times the endo and the back door and the front door, and I had to have them several times. And the doctor comes out, and I think she purposely does it. She comes out and talks to me, gives me all kinds of information, and I just
Not one single person in that hospital told me anything. The doctor called my friend to tell her what she saw in the surgery. She didn't call me. Nobody told me anything. And by the way, here's the other thing that was kind of freaky to me. because I had no idea what I was in for when I, like I said,
Right.
The last time I had any kind of surgery where I had to be put under anesthesia, I was 16 years old. And things have changed quite a bit since I was 16 years old.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
So when I was 16, here's what I remember. When I was 16, I had to have surgery on my foot. I remember the anesthesiologist telling me to count backwards from 100. I remember that I made it about halfway through 98. Like I remember going 99, 98. I remember doing that. And then I remember waking up in the recovery room and there was nobody around me. And like there was somebody in the room, I just couldn't see her. And I was in a lot of pain and I thought I was all alone and I was terrified and I started to cry. And then the nurse yelled at me because I didn't tell anybody I was in, like it was very traumatic. This time they wheeled me into the OR. They had me scooch myself from the bed they wheeled me in on over to the operating table.
Yes, the scooch.
The scooch. I scooched. I get over there. They make sure that my robe is not tied because they don't want me laying on a knot or something.
Right.
I blink my eyes and the room is completely different. And there is a woman I've never seen before standing over me saying, everything's done. Everything went fine. How do you feel?
That's exactly how it goes.
And I was like, what?
Yeah. I remember when I went in for the last time I had the colonoscopy, I went in and I remember they do the prep stuff and yada yada and they chat with you and a couple nurses there, and then the dude comes in who makes all the money, the guy who keeps you alive basically. I know that they call an anesthesiologist, the guy who puts you to sleep. Yeah, he's actually the guy keeping you alive.
Oh yeah.
Or the woman keeping you alive. The anesthesiologist's job is to keep you alive while you're in this state. And I remember it was him, and I remember him saying, so let me tell you a joke, and that's it. That's all I remember. The next thing I remember was waking up in the recovery room and being, just the Johnny on.
Yeah. Somewhere
hiked up higher than I would have liked it to be hiked up because I had moved a bit. And someone coming in and said something about my wife, and that was it. And then I don't remember anything again until my wife and I are driving home, and we're almost home, and she's telling me, and so that's what they said. Huh? That's it. That's what I know.
My friend said that they called her. And I had been, like, when I got there and I had started asking questions, what time should my friend come pick me up? They gave me a whole sheet of paper where she could get text updates on each stage. Like,
wow.
When I got out of surgery and went into recovery and when I went from recovery to the room. And they had her phone number, so they called her to let her know that I was awake and talking in recovery. And as she's following these text updates, she's deciding when she's going to come to the hospital to get me. And she said that it was just really interesting that they kept calling her and they knew exactly who she was when she got there and which room to take her. Like, it was very well coordinated.
Yeah, it's super service. Hospitals do a very good job at the super service.
Yeah.
They do. Once you get past the area where you're in ER and you're the same thing for me is I experienced the same thing you experienced. I got in quickly when I had to go to ER, got in quickly. They took care of me right away. Getting out took longer than anything.
Yeah.
The fucking trying to get out, we're going to dismiss you. Okay. Or we're going to release you, whatever the fuck they say. And then an hour and a half later, they come and say, okay, the doctor will be coming in a few minutes to sign your release form. And then it's another hour.
Yeah. I had to wait in the ER. One of the things I had to wait for was that they had to give me a medication that was supposed to slow the bleeding down. Yeah. And so I had to wait. I guess there was a backup at the hospital pharmacy, and I had to wait for that.
So I can see by looking at you, your surgery was here.
That was for my skin cancer. That was the first surgery this month.
2 surgeries in 1 month.
Yep.
And you hadn't had a surgery for 30 some years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how are you liking this 5th decade of life?
Yeah, this is a party.
I'm telling you, the thing that sucks, Jess, is it starts going down hill so fast.
Fuck, I'm falling apart, Wally.
Yeah. When you start sliding, the slide is fucking fast. You're like, holy shit. And it takes you a minute to regain any sort of footing. You're like, where's my fucking equilibrium?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? And you start feeling like, at least I'd have, you start feeling like every fucking little thing that's happening to you is unique to you, even though it is not. But it's like, fucking, I've gone 50 years without being, really that sick or had anything. And now here you are, 2 operations in basically a week and a half or some shit.
2 weeks.
Holy fuck me.
And then the thing that you can see on my nose right now, that bruising is actually new today, because last week, instead of when I went to the ER, that was the day I was supposed to get this laser treatment on my nose that's supposed to help the skin cancer surgery area heal faster. But I had to go to the ER instead, so I had the laser thing today.
Man. You know what? You're a fucking mess, girl.
And I'm like, you know what? Let's get all of this out of the way before the end of the year, because it's looking pretty much like I'm not going to have insurance in 2026. Unless I get a job.
So what is the state insurance? What do they have? Do they have like here for people who are uninsured here, they have main care, depending on how much they make. And since you're not making anything right now, maybe you'll be able to get the funding. Tennessee
there's
care or whatever.
I don't exactly know how it works, but I do know from a few years ago, whatever cheapo insurance company we were using that year at work shared the prefix to the member ID number was the same as a TennCare prefix. And so I would call doctor's offices and they would ask me for that information. And then as soon as they saw that, they wouldn't even talk to me. And I would be like, no, I don't have TennCare. And they would be like, no, we don't take people with that number with that prefix on their member number.
Really?
So it would still really, it would probably be better than nothing, and I'm going to look into it, but it would still probably not be much better than not having insurance.
Also here, we also have both the hospitals here participate in something. I don't. It's called free care. And so one of the hospitals, if you have a bill with them, you can go to their financial services and apply for free care. And it pays for your shit. But if you have the main care already, or if you've been denied it. So
well,
check and see if your hospital has a free care too. I
have a meeting, I think it's next week or the week after, I don't know.
Financial services?
No, there's this organization called Music Health Alliance, which helps people in the music industry get health insurance and other financial assistance, because people who are musicians do not have company health insurance.
No, of course not.
So this organization, Music Health Alliance, helps people in the music industry. And so they're who helped me get the insurance that I have now.
Right.
So I have a meeting set up with them for open enrollment for 2026. Meanwhile, I want to share with you this helpful email that I get every single day from healthcare.gov. This is the subject of the email that I get every single day from healthcare.gov. You may lose your financial assistance in 2026. Act now.
I love the government.
That's fucking helpful. Thanks.
That's and they're proud of that.
Yeah.
They are absolutely fucking proud of it. I'm interested to see, since now the Congress and the Senate have both passed the bill to release the Epstein files, and just requires the president's signature. I'm very interested in whether or not he's going to sign it or not.
I haven't, obviously I've been busy and haven't looked into a lot of things that I don't need to necessarily look into.
I don't look into it either. I just know the cursory surface bullshit.
It's just that I've seen a couple of references to the idea that because he has ordered the case reopened to investigate Democrats who might be in the Epstein files, I've seen reference to the fact that that would then mean that they can't all be released.
Ongoing investigation.
They're tied up in an ongoing investigation. I don't know if that's
motherfucker.
Real. I don't know if that's real, but it seems like it could be real.
Clever motherfucker. You know it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so.
And then,
so
by the way, the one guy in the House, the one vote against releasing the Epstein files
was
some guy from Louisiana. I can't think of his name. I didn't know his name to begin with.
He's like he had a blood brother pact with Jeffrey Epstein.
He says that the reason he didn't want to, that he voted against it was because it would reveal the names of people who were not criminally involved and therefore would violate their privacy.
Oh, yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? I know that what Pamela is saying, the attorney general, I guess.
Pam Blondie.
Pam Blondie is saying is that they have to protect. They got to make sure they protect minors or people who may have been minors at the time that any of these things happen. So they can't be releasing, as many names as people might want to see. Mm-hmm. It's such horse shit.
But also, how about the Bubba situation?
Oh, what's the Bubba situation?
Are you kidding me? You haven't heard about this part? One of the emails that was already released said something about Putin having pictures of Trump blowing Bubba.
Who's Bubba?
Well, initially, everybody thought it was Bill Clinton.
The love sponge?
Bill Clinton went by Bubba.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah, of course.
So like the memes have been fan-fucking-tastic. The memes and the videos.
I haven't seen any of it.
About that. But I've seen Donica Lewinsky more than once.
Donica
But
Lewinsky.
then I saw another thing that, again, I have not researched because I don't care that much, that said Bubba does not refer to, I think Jeffrey Epstein's brother said this, Bubba does not refer to Bill Clinton. Ghislaine Maxwell's horse was named Bubba.
Oh, shut the fuck up. No, shut the front door. I don't believe it at all. Okay, that I just don't. I thought it might be Bubba the Love Sponge, because that is possible. No, oh man, I can't believe that at all. There's not a chance in hell.
I don't know. I don't know.
Could you imagine?
I don't actually care if it's true. Just the fact that it's out there is good enough for me.
How would fucking Putin have such a thing? But maybe he had his little spies.
There's been for a long time people have said, what does Putin have on him?
Well, and I sort of think, so if I want to believe any of that stuff, I could believe that, or I do believe there could be pictures that Putin has of the president with prostitutes while he was in Russia. Mm-hmm. I believe that could exist. Or
and or with underage girls.
Yeah, that would fucking that. But I believe.
Oh. And have you seen the thing about Megyn Kelly?
No, she's such a dirtbag.
She's such a cunt. She said that there is a difference.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yes.
Between liking 5-year-olds and liking 15-year-olds.
Yes. And because 15-year-olds, what did she, however she said it, basically said 15-year-olds, it's fine. You can't even tell they're 15-year-olds or whatever. Is she a mother?
Yeah, she's got a 14-year-old.
Yeah, and she's a fucking attorney.
She's got a 14-year-old daughter.
And she's a lawyer. Like, come on, lady. Use your fucking... She is not a dumb woman. What she is, however, is a woman trying to capitalize on idiots to make money. Mm-hmm. She's capitalizing. She's making money off idiots who buy into all of the fucking bullshit and the conspiracies and the thises and the that's and she's just... How do you say that when you've got a 14-year-old daughter at home?
I don't know how you say it. Period. The end.
Yeah, well, yeah, agreed.
Because a child is a child.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. But I guess her lawyeries, it was trying to make a distinction maybe between pedophile and... There is another word for people who engage in bullshit with people who are over a certain age but under 18. There is like if they're over 14 and
statutory rape.
Yeah, no, but there is a word for people who do that kind of shit. But I would not doubt that Putin has pictures that might be of that. Of those things, but not a horse, Jess. Not a horse.
No, it could be. It could.
A horse is a horse. A horse.
It could be Bill Clinton.
Yeah. That would be so. Absolutely not. Could you imagine?
No wonder he hates Hillary so much. She's competition.
Well, it is. I've seen our current president wanting to go after certain people. And it looks like the former president of Harvard University, because he did step away from shit, and it looks like he may have been, whether or not he was associated with young girls or not, I don't know, nor do I care actually, but that he was part of the messing around with women or girls that he shouldn't have been, who were trafficked. It looks like he was involved in that.
Yeah.
And which the whole thing is so fucking dirty and filthy.
It's gross.
It's dirty and filthy in so many ways, not just sexually. It's dirty and filthy that there was a ring. There was absolutely that ring that the Republicans talked about with, Pizzagate and eating babies and Hillary Clinton. And there was a ring, but it happens to have been a Republican ring.
Yeah, I don't think it had anything to do
with.
I don't think it had anything to do with pizza, meaning anything other than pizza.
The most sexualized president of our time after Kennedy is probably Clinton.
Yeah, for sure.
And he turns out not to be involved in any of it.
Well, we don't know that for sure yet. We don't know that for sure yet.
They'd be attacking him. Like, if they thought his name was in there or had seen his name, they'd be all over that motherfucker. And they have not mentioned him.
I have seen, just like not anybody official, but like on social media, people saying, well, what are the Democrats going to do if Bill Clinton's in the files? And the overwhelming response is, we would want him to fry too.
Yeah. Fuck him up.
Cut all of their dicks off, regardless of political affiliation.
Yeah. Fuck them up.
Yeah. Let's put them in alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah. I think that there is a huge difference between the people who have an agenda and people who just want justice. The agenda is, we need to hang some motherfuckers that we don't like, and people who want justice say, get the fucking people who committed crimes.
Well, I think there's also a difference that we've talked about this before, that somehow people who vote for Trump are like part of this fanatical cult. Like they are fans.
They are.
And people who vote for literally anyone else don't have, like I saw, it was Colbert or Jon Stewart or somebody like that addressed this kind of question where, you know, somebody would say, well, what are you going to do if, you know, Bill Clinton ends up being in the Epstein files? And the answer was, oh, well, I guess I'll have to get rid of my Bill Clinton hat and my Bill Clinton flag and my Bill Clinton Bible and my Bill Clinton T-shirts and my, you know, it's ridiculous to think that someone is that much of a fan. Like, I voted for Kamala Harris, and had she won, or regardless of whether she won, I never bought a single Kamala Harris merchandise item.
Never, no, fuck no, I never would either.
No.
I mean, I voted for her as well. But I would have never bought a Kamala Harris, and you would have never seen me buying a Kamala Harris Bitcoin or...
because she wouldn't have been trying to sell you one.
I'm not even trying. I didn't even buy her book.
No. Or
any of that. I'm not buying anything because it's associated with her. I was buying into the hope that if she was elected, she would be a good president. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I bought into.
Right. It's not a fandom. It's not like I believe in everything she says 100% regardless of what she does.
Fuck no.
It is and of the choices.
Yeah.
She is the one I have the most confidence in doing a good job.
Well, here's a good measure. Last week, I think we talked about, the week before we talked about Marjorie Taylor Green, how we're both surprised that she's fucking made some comments that make complete sense.
Yeah.
And
she's up for re-election.
If you were a Trump supporter and somebody who was a Democrat made a comment that you said, yeah, that fucking makes sense. No, nobody who's a Trump supporter is going to ever support anything a Democrat would say because they're a Democrat. It doesn't matter. They're just not going to support, or they're not even going to support a Republican who says something that goes against what Trump said. However, normal people say, fuck yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and even though I'm also have been saying there's something she's gunning for. Like, there's a reason she's suddenly changed her
she's going to run for higher office, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to run for, you know, maybe she runs for a governorship, and I don't know when their governorship is up in a couple of years. Maybe she's looking for a different office, but she has normalized a lot recently.
Yeah.
She has become she's become a politician and not a partisan.
An interview where somebody was calling her out and saying, you said this and 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 this, and now you're doing a complete 180. Why should anybody believe you?
What'd she say? Did she have an answer? Did you hear one?
Yeah, she said, I was wrong, blah, blah, blah. I was, blah, 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 blah. But I don't, like, it just, she knew that question was going to come up. She obviously, you know, like, it
was a plant?
Well, I don't know that it was a plant. I think it's obvious if you have been this hateful, racist, homophobic, anti-woman, anti-human being cunt, and then suddenly you're like, oh, just kidding, all of these things are terrible. You know that somebody's gonna go, wait, what?
Just kidding.
Right. I mean,
just kidding.
Just kidding. Like, you know, somebody is going to say, wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing? So I know that she was prepared for that answer because she's not a stupid woman. She's an ignorant woman, but she's not a stupid woman.
She's not a stupid woman. She's ignorant, but not stupid. Mm-hmm. She's definitely ignorant. But I think that maybe she played cards to gain power, and hopefully now she has power. She uses it correctly.
Yeah.
And that's the hope. And in that case, I could, no matter what she said in the past, I could still support a person who I thought had normalized to a place.
I need her to spend more than 3 weeks saying the right thing, and I need her to actually do the right thing, because as of today, if she were running for anything that I could vote for, I would not vote for her.
No, I would not. I would not either. However, if she went the next year and did things that you went like, oh yeah, that fucking makes sense. If she started normalizing her overall game, so the difference between us and a Make America Great Again Trumper is that we would listen to her. We'd hear her out. We'd pay attention to what she's doing. We're not going to just say, oh, it's Marjorie Taylor Green. Fuck that crazy bitch. Because she was a crazy bitch. Maybe she still is a crazy bitch, but she's looking like she's trying to come out of the forest into the clearing and give us a better view, because she's made her bones. I guess Trump has written her off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So maybe now she's going to say, well, I've got nothing to lose. Fuck that guy. Let me tell you who I really am.
Did you see that he said quiet piggy to a reporter?
No.
Obviously, it was a female reporter.
Oh, what an ass.
She was asking him about the Epstein files, and he said, quiet piggy.
What? I am waiting for the day that somebody in that news gaggle says, hey, listen, asshole. I mean, they'd never work for wherever they're working again, but it would be so good. It's sort of like a movie. I always like movies when there's I don't want to say I always like the movie, but in a movie, when you have a character that's like Trump and there's an opportunity for a reporter to say, something that's truthful, and you go, yeah, fucking yeah, that guy's an ass. Say the bad shit to him. Call him an asshole.
I saw this meme today that says, I hope quiet piggy are the last words he hears whispered into his ear by a nurse as she squirts his morphine onto the floor.
I don't know. I don't understand how we got to this fucking place. It's just so fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's not a word. So I don't use words like outrageous or I don't use words in a frivolous way most times. But it is fucking outrageous. Huh?
I said except wackadoodle.
So yes, but wackadoodle is pretty descriptive of, Marjorie Taylor Green. She's a wackadoodle. But it's just outrageous. That's a pretty strong word to say that something's outrageous, I think. Mm-hmm. And it is fucking outrageous that he would call somebody that. And he's the fucking president of the United States of America, not a fucking frat boy at a fucking drunken pledge party.
Yeah.
And that's how he acts. He acts like he's fucking, pledging to Phi Beta Kappa or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, what the fuck, dude? You are the president of the United States. I don't have to agree with you, but have some decorum. Have some fucking, be dignified. Your bullshit doesn't make me have any, feelings towards you other than, what a dick.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking dick it is to do that and say that to people. Because he's just trying to humor his little buddies out on the golf course and the little pals at Mar-a-Lago, and they're, dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars on a fucking Donald Trump coin.
Yep.
Or they're taking a piss in his fucking marble bathroom with a gold toilet. All that dick shit he does. I mean, Robin Leach must be rolling in his grave wishing he was alive right now.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
He would be, look at this toilet. It would be it's unbelievable where we are. It's just so,
yeah.
It's just But it's not where we are. It's where he is and where his cronies are.
I would say, though, it's pretty unbelievable where we are that, first of all, we just had the longest government shutdown in history.
Yeah.
And we're coming out of it with health insurance nobody can afford.
And we had a president who during it said, if your state, like my state did, gives money to support SNAP benefits, you will be penalized and we'll cut your funding for something else.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yep. And then tried to appeal court rulings saying he had to fund SNAP.
Because he has this vision that SNAP goes to people who are immigrants and SNAP goes to fucking veterans and old people and to
who have full-time jobs.
Yeah, it goes to fucking people who need the benefit.
Oh, that reminds me. A local author that I met a while back posted yesterday about how after she spent 3 hours in the DMV trying to get her real ID so she can still travel because her passport expired and she hadn't gotten it renewed. 3 hours, and she had all the documentation she needed except her name on her Social Security card and other documentation did not match her birth certificate because she's married. She's in her 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
So her husband had to go home, find their marriage certificate, and then drive back through rush hour traffic to try to get there before the place closed so that she could get her real ID. All of this so that we don't accidentally give a trans person an ID that says the gender that they want to be recognized as. So
my wife kept her maiden name when we got married. She did not change her name on anything, and that was because we already had there was a son already involved. Sure. She had a boy when I met her, and we didn't want him to be the only person in the family who didn't have a name. Right. That matched the rest. So we just fucking, that was the, but who knew some 38 years later, what a great decision that was on our part. Yeah. Because that would have been a fucking holy shit. Yeah. What kind of bullshit is that? And and that being said, my wife's younger than, 7, let's say that woman was 70. That shit is crazy. Mm-hmm. Crazy. If you've been married 30 or 40 years, that was just a standard to change your name, right? Right. And how many people who've been married for any amount of time know where their marriage certificate is? I think ours is in a frame on the wall with really? Pictures from. Yeah, well, but it's with a whole collage of pictures from the cookout we had after we were married. So that's in the middle, and then all our. So it's just like a frame of what a great day, and that's in the middle of that thing. But I'm not sure it's our real. I'm not sure it's our real marriage certificate. I think it's the one that you get from the church. I cleaned out my parents' entire house, and I never came across a marriage certificate, so they still didn't have it. Who keeps it? Yeah, who the fuck keeps it? Right. I have a digital copy of mine. I don't think I still have the paper copy of it. I have a digital copy of it, and I probably don't need to keep it for any reason, but now who the fuck knows? You didn't change your name, though, right? You kept yours? No, I changed it, and I had to change it back. Oh, you did? Yeah, which means that if somehow someone ever convinced me to get married again, I'm never changing my name again. So I'm going to here's something you don't know about me. I have 2 birth certificates, one in my birth given name, the name I was born with, and one in my adopted name. Oh, really? And each birth certificate lists different people as my parents. No kidding. How you like that? Yeah. Is that standard? No, I don't think so. Well, no, but maybe it is, because if the adoption, a lot of people who are adopted don't know who their birth parents are, but they have to have a birth certificate, right? Yeah, I knew. So I have the one that I sent away for, so let's say 20 years ago or something. And it has my birth parents on it and my name as I was born.
What was your first
and
name?
Then, huh?
What was your first name?
Same. Oh no, all the same. The only
Just
thing
your
different
last
is my
name.
last name.
Okay.
Yeah, and who the parents are. So it's got listed my birth parents, who I knew who they were. And I met both of them when I was in my early teens.
Oh.
And then I had to get a birth certificate again for some other reason. I can't remember why I needed it. And you know what? I think it was getting my license, but not the real ID. And I said, oh, it doesn't have the name that I use. So I had to get it, and they had to change it at the town office where I was born. They had to change it, and they put in the people who adopted me's name. And I had to get information from the state about the adoption, about my name. Yeah, so I have two different birth certificates in our safe, in the safe where we keep our shit.
Interesting.
That's important. So I could go by a nom de plume. My nom de plume is, yeah, that would be fucking, that I don't know if that's dangerous or not for me. I don't know if that's something that would, come back and say, why do you have two birth certificates? What is going on here? What kind of secret agent are you?
That's got to be pretty standard to anyone that's smarter than anyone who works for ICE.
You would think so, but because it has two different parents' names in it, it's really kind of weird.
But adoptions happen.
That's a DiCaprio movie.
Well, I mean, adoptions happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they do.
I have to imagine that's got to be standard, because there are so many adoptions where the parent who gives up the child doesn't want the child to know who they are.
Yeah. I don't know, but it is kind of weird to look at it and see, oh, here's this guy with a different last name and different parents, and this is my birth certificate. Yeah, that's it. Are you a spy? I spy? What kind of secret motherfucking agent are you?
Mm-hmm.
It's just it is weird. My biological brother, he was born in a different country. That we lived in the Bahamas when he was born. We lived in the Bahamas. He's only a year difference. I guess I was born and we moved to the Bahamas when I was a couple months old. My birth dad was some sort of military secret fucking spying kind of guy. At least that's what I've been told. He was stationed in the Bahamas. Yeah. And so my brother was born there. My birth brother was born there. He was in the Navy, the United States Navy, and he still didn't have citizenship because he could not get the birth certificate from the Bahamas that listed that it had our original parents on it and his name, but the birth certificate he used to get his license and join the Navy was his adopted birth certificate. So
he is a citizen or not?
He is now. Yeah, he finally got citizenship after 40 years.
Wow.
He's actually a citizen now. But he was considered a citizen when he joined the Navy, but because he had two different birth certificates, same thing. It fucked him up for whatever reason. It fucked him up. Yeah, but that's all, I think, a case of just how paperwork used to be done, and now you got everything's on a fucking computer. You can punch in and go, wait a motherfucking second, this person you're born here, and there's no record of you ever being born here.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck happened here?
Kind of Arab.
That's what it'd be. Oh, so have you ever worked, Jess? Have you ever worked in fast food or anything? Like in a building where they say?
Not in fast food. I don't think.
Where I work now, there's a certain there's a certain aroma in the place. There's a certain smell in the place. And that has to do with a lot of, unhoused people being in a small place where they don't have access to certain hygiene and stuff.
Sure.
And I got to tell you, I get home at night, and much like fried food, I can still smell it on me. I'm like, oh, I smell like the shelter.
I did work in a pizza place in college, and my roommate always would complain because I smelled like pizza when I came back to the room. And so we would get into fights because she would want the bedroom, the window in our dorm room open in the middle of winter in Ithaca.
Yeah, oh hell.
Because I smelled like pizza and I could not get that smell off of me.
No, it's so hard to get off you. I get home and I take my clothes off and I have to shower, and it feels I for whatever, it's like it's in my nose. I can smell it.
Yeah.
It's like, so my tenant, the person who actually the tenant's son works at a pot growing place. I don't know what you call them.
A dispensary.
But he works at a dispensary. So when he comes over to visit his mom
temporarily.
Yeah, I can all of a sudden you can smell weed in the garage. You walk out in the garage, you're like, fuck, they're not supposed to smoke in this house. I know they're not smoking, but it carries with them, and that's a really strong smell because it's such oil based. It sticks to you.
Yeah,
it just fucking sticks to you. There's no way of getting it off your clothes.
You won't have that problem much longer because all of that shit's gonna be illegal again.
It is?
That was one of the micro bills they passed for the government to reopen. All hemp products.
Yeah, good luck. They're gonna have good luck with that.
Yeah, I hope.
Because those are all states. What are they gonna do? Go fucking? What? Are they gonna go state to state and fucking what? Throw legislatures in jail for? And police departments in jail? Because most of it is, even though federally it's still against the law, pot, statewide in most states, I don't know most states, but I think half of our states, it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't enforce it. They don't enforce the federal part of it, right?
But also, like, of all of the things that are actually a problem in this country.
Yeah, that's not one of them.
No.
Yeah, it's
I would much rather you get those subsidies back for the insurance than worry about who's smoking pot.
Yeah, I think insurance, I'm not sure and I don't know right now, but if what I'm seeing and reading about is true, insurance could go up $800 to $1,000 for the next year.
If I were to keep my same insurance company that I have now, which I fucking would not, just because of the shit they pulled with my primary care doctor.
Right.
But if I were to keep them, that I've already looked at the thing. Right now I'm paying $140 a month.
Uh-huh.
In January it goes up to $1,150.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So it's same here. They're talking about going up about $900 to $1,200 or something, or $800 to $1,100 a month.
Obviously, I can't. I couldn't afford $1,150 a month when I had a full-time salary.
No, I'm telling you now, we couldn't afford that.
Yeah.
Not a fucking chance in hell.
Mm-mm.
Who the fuck's going to be insured? But there's the problem. So I work with folks who are from other countries, primarily African countries. And one of them had to have some dental work done. And she went to the dentist today, and she has insurance, and they told her she needed $1,900 to have a root canal done, and insurance would cover the rest. And she explained to us when she got back, in the country she came from, she could have all her teeth pulled out and all new implants put in, and it would cost her $2,000 for the whole fucking job.
Yeah.
And I know people say, I know people think that in other countries medicine is not as good as ours. Well, you're wrong if you think that. Medicine, however, is not as fabulous south of the border. It's much better, or equal to in European countries and north of the border and in African countries. They have equivalent medical. If you're not living in the middle of the fucking, Gobi Desert or whatever, where there's no medical because it's fucking 4,000 miles to the nearest town or whatever. But she said what they don't understand, a lot of them, is the idea of our kind of democracy, or of our kind of what do I want to say, Jess? I want to say when people just want to make money. I've lost the word all of a sudden. I don't know. Yeah, capitalism. I just lost the word capitalism. So they don't understand.
And I just
capitalism.
got off of anesthesia.
Yeah, look at you.
Uh-huh.
They don't understand the concept of capitalism, because in most of the established world and of the free world, medical care is part of life. It's a human right in most places.
Yeah.
Not a capitalistic, hey, fucker, you need a tooth pulled, or you need some work done? That's going to cost you, because that guy over there who went to medical school and paid $400,000 for medical school, he just bought a new Mercedes and has a boat. And he needs to pay for it.
By the way, I just saw the other day that they're trying to privatize the Tennessee Valley Authority, meaning our electric bills would be determined by private companies.
So they are here.
Which means that we would not be able to afford our electric bills anymore.
Yeah, probably not. Ours is privatized. We have a private company owns the electricity here.
Nope, not here.
But we do have a the electricity, the PU, I think it's the PUC. They control the pricing, so the private company has to go to them and ask for a price increase, and they just did, and they were denied the price. They were denied the price increase, but they do get to. They'll appeal it and they'll go back again. They'll get it, probably at a smaller amount, and it'll probably be, and it's never huge. It's like $10 more a month. It'll be, and people do lose their mind. Oh my God, $10.
Yeah, because $10 a month here and everything else is going up, and
it does. Well, but so part of that is, if they don't get $10 more a month, then the fucking employees who go out there and fix the lines aren't going to get $2 more, or whatever their pay is. It's not like they just take it and put it in their pockets. They take probably half of it and put it in their pocket, and the other half goes to pay for new trucks and new wire and give raises and pay employees. And I mean, they do have fucking expenses.
Sure.
And when people think but we all money just goes to, oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
but because
problem.
our employers suck and don't want to give us a raise, doesn't mean the guys who have, and here, the guys who work, the guys and the girls, the men and women who work for the power company here, the particular one, they're a union shop. So they're going to have to pay those guys because they're a union. The company, however, that owns our electrical company is, I think, Venezuelan. Or they're either Venezuelan or Brazilian. But the unions, I know lots of people hate unions. I fucking think unions are one of the best things.
I think unions are great
for human people. Unions are fucking fabulous.
If I could join SAG-AFTRA right now, I would definitely do it.
Yeah, when I was a young fella, I had an opportunity to join AFTRA, and I should have, but we weren't taught about it then. I didn't know about it. I was 19 years old when I had the opportunity, because I was working in radio and it was an AFTRA. Most of radio was AFTRA back then.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never knew really about it when I was in radio. In audiobooks, there are SAG-AFTRA shops and non-SAG-AFTRA shops. So you can do, like, as a non-member, you can do a certain number. I think it's 2 or 3 projects that are SAG-AFTRA, and then you have to join.
Yeah.
But also, I think I looked it up at one point. It was like $3,000 to join.
Right.
It might be less state by state. I couldn't find a Tennessee specific number. But I also am not qualified to join, so I don't need to know the number right now.
No, but once you do join, you get all that beautiful stuff like health insurance.
Benefits. Yeah.
Yeah, you get there's good stuff. Yeah, I remember then when I was it was in Massachusetts, and I think all of radio in Boston was all after radio. I believe it was AFTRA, and American Federation of, yeah, I think after it was television and radio artists. TRA is television and radio artists, and we voted on it. We had a vote on it in our radio station that I was working at the time, and the vote was against it. But I remember now, as I go back in time, I didn't know then as a 19-year-old what really it was all about. But it was our program director who was telling us not to vote for it, that it would be bad for us, that people would lose their jobs. And now I know that he was breaking the law in a huge way because he was a management, and management is not supposed to talk to you at all or try to influence you or threaten you. And that's basically what was going on. But we were young. Yeah. We didn't know.
And to be told then you have to pay dues. And then you're like, well, what's that? I can't afford that.
Yeah. Well, listen, I was working at a supermarket. At the same time I was working in radio, and the radio was a professional job. I made more money at the supermarket as a fucking bagger because I was in the union.
Yep.
At the supermarket.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I made more money at the video store than I made working for Norma Eilenberg.
Oh, fuck yeah. When I was working, I worked at Stop and Shop, and it was a union shop, and I was in the union, and I made more money as a fucking bagger and later as a cashier than I made at a professional fucking job where I'm sitting behind a mic and not swearing.
Yep.
It was like, fuck, that's nuts. All right. I'm at BJ's. I'm gonna run in and shop because we have our little
potluck.
Our potluck tomorrow, so I gotta go in and get shit for potluck.
All right. Well,
I'm glad you're doing okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. We don't have the final results yet. The doctor said she didn't see anything concerning, but we're waiting for the pathology to come back, and I have an appointment in next week to find out about the pathology of the whatever, and then
my fingers are crossed.
Thank you for that.
All right, I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.